Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We're here and we're live, and we are set, guys, for a nice little double dinner on a Tuesday night where we're live earlier today to kick off scouting season. If you missed it, you have missed out. Go back and check it out. We'll be live next Tuesday to follow up next week to go through the January transfer window, scouting season, all the moves, all the shakes, things that are killing us, things that are going to make us, and a few bits and bobs in between. But for tonight, we've also got a bit of a double header thing on the go. It's the second time we're live today, number one, but we're coming back tonight to open up a tier 2 reward. We finished quite well with one team at least this game week, which was fine. And also we're picking up where we left off last night with the FC Barcelona members on the channel with some gallery and some strategy reviews. So it should be good fun, guys. Fist bump to everyone on arrival. And don't forget, guys, because we do have a card to open, it is crucial that you hit the like button on arrival. We need to get the RNG look up as high as we can, as quick as we can, because I don't think I've actually got that much to crack through reward-wise as we come into the show tonight. So, sorry it hasn't like refreshed or whatever, so that's probably going to happen next time I click a button. And yeah, claim your glory is going to hit us. Now, I've got a couple of quid as well, actually, and I'm kind of... We've seen a good Mexican keeper today that took my fancy, who's made a nice wee transfer, and there might be one or two others, so maybe we've got a wee bit of capital to try and rescue a wee bit of the goalkeeper massacre that's came to us. So as much as we're doing some gallery reviews for you guys amongst this, wow, look at all these relegations, by the way. Oh, that is disgusting. We hate to see that. We hate to see that. But yeah, tier 2 card, 5 boxes, which we'll put on the shelf with the rest of the boxes we've got. So that'll get us up to 10 boxes now. And then a wee bit of cash on top as well, which should be good fun. Now, it has went to $55 from $70. So maybe that limited team didn't finish as high as I thought it did. Now, we've got a tier 2 rare here. The pool, we went through it earlier today. It's not too shabby. Should we open the boxes tonight? Maybe have a bit of fun. Ian, I can add you in, mate. I can add you into the list, mate. No problem at all. I see you got your season ticket back on board, of course, my man. A playing goalkeeper, in-season contender, or in-season champ would be fine. There were some outfielders that were tempting. A tier 2 should be a handy card. He's a midfielder. Plays for Austria or New Zealand. For Hearts, Cammy Devlin. L15 is 62. Someone told me to check his scores out last night. That might actually help me as another midfielder option. Just in the... Oh, if we click on him, he gets to play again. That's fun. Continue. And that's not what we want, sorry. I want to click on him. I want to see the card now. But fair enough. Okay, I get the point. Right, so go to my boxes. Do we maybe 6 rare boxes? How many essence do we have? 7. Could we do it? This is like a premium box, isn't it? There could be a wee bit of essence in there. Ooh, an in-season box. Ooh, I don't know if it's an in-season box or a special. Yeah, it could. By the way, maybe we crack these bad boys open tonight. 2 fun boxes, 2 meh boxes, a 4-star. So 3 mehs. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. But I tell you what, there's about 30 of these that have got in here nice and pronto. We've only been live for 4 minutes. We've got the card out as well, which is great. But can we get the likes up a wee bit? I can't open the boxes until we get to, let's say, 25 likes. Okay, so let's get to 25 likes and then we'll crack the boxes open. Essence wise, so if I get anything, then we give these, what do we do with the crafted ones is for the members. So 3 limited boxes, I don't think any of them are that good. 1-star, 3-star, 2-star, yeah, we'll just leave them piling up. I think it's probably the best thing to do. But yeah, if we get to 25 likes, we'll rip the boxes open and we'll go for it. Got a wee bit of ETH in as well for that, so it's 40 quid is what that's come in with, and there's a little crumb of a market credit left over. I don't know if there's anything who have we been looking at recently? Because there's definitely been some players that have been like, maybe I could just get him. Anthony Lopez, classic. It's kind of jogging my memory all of a sudden. So I'm thinking, how was I IDing players? So I wasn't totally looking at absolute randos. Wow, by the way. 90s and 80s? How's he getting that? Defending Ferry, 6 tackles, 1, triple. 5 interceptions. How is he doing this? Even this game here against Dundee United, 49. They've won 1-0. Still 3 tackles won. No interceptions. And yeah, it's just that obviously it's a bit more muted, but even that's still pretty good, isn't it? How long's he been playing like this for? This season, really? Wow, fair play to you, mate. So yeah, collections. And I was looking at... Yeah, it was in here, wasn't it? See, so I could just go and buy him. And then that's a champ keeper playing. Kind of takes over the whole Fraser Foster situation. But then there was that guy... Was it Padilla? Yeah, this guy. He just went to Mexico, and Mexico's just about to kick off. If I can afford an in-season... Oh, maybe not quite. What's instant buy? Does the discount help me out? £4 saved. I've got nothing left, haven't I? But there might be some market credits in those boxes. Guys, let's get the likes up. I'm quite eager. I would probably take an in-season Mexico guy. Because I've got Ache. Who do I actually have non-European contender? Let's look at that for a wee quick jiffy. We do have Tani, actually, don't we? So we're looking at J. We're looking at Mehi. Is this China? Oh no, there's China there. I don't know if we want to count Norway, do we? But even if we just look at this, we don't have a defender, I suppose. None of them are in season. So yeah, it's less of a thing, isn't it? But it's more than now, because Mexico comes back this coming game week, I'm sure. It's a bit of a bad batch, this, isn't it? Rip M, rip now. Red or Dead, good to see you. Mike Cock, Rob Williamson, of course, Charlie Dunbar, Ian Sorare Coplice, Sorare Holland, Legends and Heroes joining us. But at 15 likes, I'm sure we'll get to 25 in no time. But yeah, I think I'll hang fire, and I want to continue to jog the memory. What helps me continue to jog the memory is setting up some requests. So what I'm going to do, some of you guys are in the chat. I think I've seen James JJ here. So I'm going to jump into the live chat we had last night, where you guys hit the like button, get comfy. If there's any members joining us tonight, feel free to submit your requests. I'll do my best to get to as many of them as I possibly can. Oh no, that's tonight's chat. I don't want to be in tonight's chat. Sorry, I want last night's chat. And then I've got a great video coming out tomorrow, guys. I can just see that's ready to go for tomorrow. Not scouting season. Yeah, members. There we go. And what is the... Oh. What is the theme of the video again? Oh, this... Yeah, so it kind of follows on a wee bit from... Actually, a lot of the member stuff we did last time kind of tied in nicely in terms of my brain, my brain waves I was on, my kind of headspace for the video that comes out tomorrow. So some of you guys are actually cited as examples in it. So I hope you are buzzing with that. Right, who did we finish on last night? It's maybe something to see first as well. We finished on... No, I don't think we've... So James, you're going to be first up. Or is it... Oh, I think I did a wee cycle right at the end, didn't I? Red or Dead. Oh, yeah, we go. I did a wee order right at the very end. Boom. Right, just let me mute this. So we had Red or Dead first. And then I think it was Pablo, bro. It's hard to skip that other video forward. Just where the run bar is. I think it was Pablo, bro. We'll see your name again in a second. Yeah, Cantona Kicker, James J, Slam Duncan, and then Rafe United. Right, so James J. 1, 2, 3. 58, 16. James J. Slam Duncan. Rafe United. Awesome. Now, I can go and get the request from yesterday, obviously, if you're not here in the chat. But if you are here in the chat, let it be known if you're one of the hangover 4, as it were, from yesterday. And it just makes it a bit easier for me to get to the request and do the review and whatnot tonight. James G, I can see you're here, so I'll probably start... Oh, no, Red or Dead is here as well. Red or Dead. Let me see. Yeah, I need to put the chat back because the replay chat's time sensitive. What's available. Wondering about my strategy for the summer in Rare. Looking at MLS in Brazil and then contenders, Mexis and Argentines. Was wondering about maybe getting some J1 players to boost contender. Okay, interesting one to go with. Padilla arrived in Mexico in the early hours of Tuesday morning. I'm not sure if he starts this weekend, but should definitely be ready to go by game week 45. GM on the intel, love that. Is there a way that you can put money on without giving ID, as my dad thinks it might be a scam? I've got no idea. I've never tried to do that, so I'm sorry, mate. Tempted to buy a Nordisland collection. It costs basically nothing. Honestly, like I've been banging I didn't need to bang the drum too much about Chelsea early season, just for the whole value on the Sorare landscape to a squad of that kind of cumulative value or prospect level, perhaps. And Nordisland, by the way, like I know some people are buying the cards, of course, and some of the natives are right onto it, but it's a very tempting move, by the way. Charlie Rimmer, yeah, of course. Ian wanted added on, so let me add Ian and then Charlie Rimmer. Charlie, I need your manager name. I'll put in Charlie Rimmer, see if it comes up. How's your Charlie spelled? Yeah, E-Y. No. You need to let me know your club name, buddy. Bob Franklin, fist bump, my man. Good to see you. Liam King, I think I gave you the fist bump, but just in case. Packus Murphy, Charzan champ, of course. The suspected, I don't know if it's a scam thing. Good to see you, mate. Thanks for joining the live chat. We're at 16 likes, guys. Come on, we're 9 away. If we get to 9, I can open the rest of those boxes. But we'll start with counting our kickers. So for all the FC Barcelona season ticket holders, it's £1 a week, £4 a month to become a member on the channel. And as soon as you become a member, we do gallery reviews once a week. This week it's 1.5 times because we're back after last night. We had such a big request list, and I had a bit of a problem in here, the tripped fuses and power and all the rest of it. So Rimmer and Living. That the Sorare data thing, Liam King, I'm not too sure what me and you are now talking about. What was the first thing you said again? Hi Quinny. What's this for? The Sorare data thing. Like just this? Oh, gallery reviews, buddy. I think I understand now. I read them all together. It's so hard to get a Prem goalkeeper without spending money. You can say that again, Charzan. Very difficult. Even Fraser Foster was just a small window of opportunity. So, where is Red or Dead's thingy magoober? Wondered about my strategy in the summer. Right, okay, so we're looking at summer strategy. We look at Challenger. Only leagues we're looking at is Bruce Hill and MLS. MLS. And where is Bruce Hill? Maybe you don't have any. Oh, they're normally all kind of grouped together on this. And I guess we're chatting Rare. Alex Strax, good to see you. Is it possible to watch my gallery? Stralix, I need you to get a membership, buddy. And no problem at all. A season ticket, there's 2 options to donate to the channel. That's just for the people who want to support the channel but don't care about reviews and lineup building. We do lineup building every Thursday as well ahead of the weekend game week. I just want to support the channel. So, let's see. Summer, Fry and Guzan. Very good bang for buck goalkeepers, it must be said. Defence. Oh, somebody messaged me about a jersey number Chanel, by the way. I've already got mine, so you don't need to buy it on my behalf or anything like that. But if you're to pick one up yourself, let me know. We can be in that gang together. I think from what I've seen so far, I'll reserve judgment till I see the forwards, okay? But I do think as a classic outfit, there's not much here beyond like a foundation, like kind of base camp level guys. Like some of them will do okay. You might be able to get a best team out every game week if you can be really finger on the pulse, ear to the ground on who's starting, good fixture form, etc. So you've got enough options here, and with guys like this that are all starting, like if you can be that active and that proactive with it, then that'll be somewhat fine. Let's look at contender. and we'll obviously change the league viability to, what did you include in Mehis and Argentines, and we're thinking about using the other leagues to expand and to buff it out. So this is much better. 3 established goalkeepers, defence. Again, I think Argentina does have some slamming defenders, so this Lasso guy looks like it'll be good to go. I don't know if this Quintana looks quite old and stuff and not getting L5. Pablo de Blasis. I feel quite similarly about this strategy as the other one, although the goalkeepers are significantly better. You do have like an APG as well, which is just a fun card, isn't it, for the most part. So what was the actual thing? Was wondering about maybe getting some J1 players to boost contender. I think to boost contender, I think it's a kind of hard one to tackle, Red or Dead, with this one, because like, especially from the word go when these leagues come back, Mexico is back there now, which I think is all your goalkeepers, isn't it? Yeah, Tigres Atlas, no, 2 out of 3. They're going to be going right away, so like Juan Brunetta's, these types of guys have to be in the fold. So I wouldn't be going into J1 just yet, because you don't have like a Brunetta. I'm not even sure who the other outstanding candidates are in that region, to be quite frank. Off the top of my head, it's been a while, and I'm only just kind of interested in Liga Mech all of a sudden, because I've got 2 players in it. Yeah, Canales, Palavecino, Gorarian. Actually has just moved, so that data is not really accurate, is it? Quispe, the other Paulinho, he's very good. Yeah, I don't think you've got enough, like, on top of the foundation. Idrissi, by the way, he was wild for a minute. Has he maybe just moved, actually? Maybe watch out for Idrissi. He's maybe, I think he has moved. So that's maybe taking a nerf. So maybe ignore him individually. Oh, crap. Yeah, press the wrong button. So I don't think I would be looking at J-League and stuff like that until you've got like a better, because the first thing you need in this situation is fixture correlation before you then start to get better pound for point cards elsewhere. You still need those ones that will play with your goalkeeper, will play with your nailed defender, will play with your goal scorer. And you know, midfielders are just generally what I gravitate towards generally. And this division has like certainly 5 to 10 candidates. Efra Alvarez, Juan Brunetta, there he is there. Brian Rodriguez. Like, there's some guys in this division. Reynoso, Fiver. Bit of a wild card, obviously, because of his background and stuff. But Oliver Torres. I might buy Oliver. I need a defender, don't I? We just kind of looked at that. I need a defender. I'm just going to have a wee nosy for a second, right? You need defenders as well, sort of. Vasis Angulo is like Mexican Trent, if memory serves me right. Piove is a name familiar to all Sorare scouts and managers, I think, at this stage of the game. And you know, this Luan doesn't look bad if he's going to play a pound. Anyway, I don't know if he is playing, but L5 very good. Balanta, I think he was good, wasn't he? Arriaga. So yeah, I think that's the first thing I think for your contenders anyway, buddy. Is you don't have like a Paulinho, 39 quid. Like, I don't know what the budget is, but even just that difference maker. I'm also a big Giacomakis fan. Rondon's doing alright. 35 bucks, a bit old, isn't it? Cade Cowles, I don't know, but some of these Americans, because I know Brandon Vasquez has just transferred back. Tecatito could be good there, by the way. I don't know how long he's been there or whatnot, but he was certainly good in La Liga not that long ago. So I think I would be more looking at that side of things. And when it comes to Challenger, if we go back to that again, like I don't even think you've really got started with Challenger yet. I know you've not really mentioned an alternative situation in there, but I do think, like, especially in Classic, you're going to get opportunities presented to you now, because the Classics are kind of holding price at the moment, and I've seen this happen so many times. Red or Dead, you've been around long enough, you'll have seen this as well, but as soon as those in-season cards come out, I can just see Classic prices for these specific cards, pants going down on them. You know, Maxi Morales, for example, floor is £2.70. That'll be like £1. You know what I mean? That'll just change. Let's check. Someone's notified me they've hit the like button. If we got to 25 yet? Oh, we're at 22. 3 more likes, guys. Come on, and then we'll crack some boxes open. We might get some market credits. We might get another card to craft, and we'll go from there. So I think, like, yeah, Fafa Pico, I think, had a good transfer, hasn't he? Like, some of these guys are all fine and whatever, but I don't look at this and think, like, oh yeah, I can see what you've built here. Like, they've got the numbers, right? Like, 2 goalkeepers, 12 defenders, 14 mids, 8 forwards. Like, you've got spaces, you've got faces, you've got starters, you've got a few different things on the go. But yeah, like, no captains really around here. Like, maybe Maxi could be a captain once in a while. Maybe Atuesa regains some form. Fine, right? Things like that can happen, but that's a lot of speculation that's in this squad, you know. There's not many elements of certainty, is all I would say. So before adding in more things to, you know, spread yourself across, I would focus in on Mexico. Argentina you had as well. I like Mexico because it's back now, personally. Let's have a wee peek at the RGs. If you think contend, and I don't blame you for, actually, not that there's blame in it, you know, but I think contender's probably the first one to strengthen, because MLS is kind of in vogue now. You know, we had some content here on this channel a few weeks ago going out about it, but Harry had a great video out today. I watched most of that earlier. I'll catch up with the rest later. And Harry and the data guys are getting together tomorrow to talk about it, so it's just kind of in the zeitgeist now. The season starts back in like 6 weeks, so we're expecting some sort of break from Sorare in terms of when cards come out, maybe cards get released or whatever. So the contender stuff is maybe out of the picture at the moment, you know, out of the spotlight, and that's where I would probably put my efforts into as well. And when we look at Argentina, Valentin Gomez, I don't know if he's actually just transferred, has he? But Sorare, former Leipzig guy, could buy him. Is he in this collection? I'm sure he is. Sorare, he is. None of them are for sale, but it's only 12 of them. Pavel has one. Jackpot. And he's fine, isn't he? Getting back in the national team as well. What do you think Pavel wants for him? $5? I'd pay a $5. Let's just change it to pounds for easiness. Let's say £5, 6, 14, 11. I'd pay a $5 for that. Sorare. I love how my collections can just feed me like this. Montiel, that's a goalkeeper up here. But just Argentina's such a low volume goal division. Goalkeepers, defensive stacks, defensive midfielders, like Zela's back. 24 quid. That could be fun. Again, like, do we have pre-MLS scores for Zela Ryan? No. He was so good in MLS, a high value player as well, after being very good in Liga MX, like Liga MX. So I don't know, I could do really well. Juan Quintero's streets won't forget levels at these points, and when he plays, he's handy. Quite inexpensive otherwise. Marcelino Moreno I like, but he's not stellar. And there was rumours today about Jeremiah Ledesma, Conan, the goalkeeper, going to Leeds. So yeah, I think Cantona kickers, I would just focus more on these Americas leagues that you've got on the go, rather than factoring the Asian ones in at this point. Now, you will win some Asian cards, you probably will dabble in them, you will need them to supplement some positions at some point, but I don't think you're there yet. Maybe keep an eye on it, keep a list going and stuff like that, but it's not anything of action. Guys, Harry Trades is in the house. Fist bump to you all, and we're only at 24 likes, guys. We need to get to one more like, and then I can craft the boxes and see if we can get, or I can open the boxes and see if we get crafting a card. Zela Ryan is still totally not confirmed. Wow, he's actually on this as the filter. That's funny. Where's the exit? What did you win? And you've got a laughing face. I don't know what I said that was funny. He'll counter with 500 quid and a kidney. Maybe that was the thingamy bob. He's not got back to me just yet. And I was going to check what was I going to check there? Oh yeah, the boxes and stuff. Right, we're at 25 likes. Awesome. So at the moment, guys, we have a few rare boxes. I think we'll crack them open for fun, where we do these strategy squad gallery reviews. So we've got 6 rare boxes there. 3 of them are duds, where they're like meh boxes, but 3 could be handy. We're on 7 essence, so we've got a bit of a head start. And I fancy us, now that we've hit that like goal, we're flying past it now, guys. But I fancy us to get lucky. 6 boxes, 3, oh no, yeah, so it's 3 and 3. 3 goodies, 3 not so goodies. And someone's asking what card we won earlier. I'll show you that. And then we'll get back to the rest of the guys from yesterday. So the first 2-star box gets us 1. So we're on 8. The next one, we get 1, so we're on 9. And then the last one, again, market credits I'm not adverse to, because we might see what we do with the rest of that money we just won. Okay, so after the meh boxes, we're on 10. Now that's actually kind of fun, because we've got a 4-star in season, and we've got 2 premiums. I wonder if they're the same. No, they're not. Right, so I think we'll open this one first. Yeah, max is 20 essence, no market credits, 30% chance we can let down with some level ups. And what's the chances of something really good? If we can get 5 essence, I'd be quite chuffed. 1% of 20 is actually not too bad, by the way. So let's cross our fingers for that. Yay, power ups. This is a kind of in-season-y looking one. Don't know if it's just a better rating, but 2% chance at 50 essence. Rubbing my hands together for that. 5% chance for 10. I definitely want 5 out with this one, because we've only got one more box left then after. If we could just get the 10, that would be great. But let's see. Let's see, guys. Connor Aspel, fist bump, my man. D1872, I see you. 5, brilliant. So we're on 15. 1 box left to go. And it's a 4-star in season. We only need 5 essence. And you know, there's a 30% chance we're going to get something we want. Before we click this, guys, we're on 27 likes. Can we get to 30? Can we get to 30? Before I do this, we need 5 essence. 30% chance we get precisely what we want. 70% chance we get something we're not too buzzing about. 3 essence would take us just so close yet. Not quite. Likes are fine in, guys. Come on, let's get that up to 30. Just a couple more, guys, just to push it over the top. We've had good luck so far. I think hitting that goal really did help. But we need just that little push now. We need to get into that top percentile, top 30% of probability. I see we're at 29, guys. Come on. Take the phone out your pocket. Change tabs on the screen. Whatever it is you need to do. Just click that flimming like button. Sorare own and control the internet. They know what you're doing. They know you're here enjoying the content. And they want to see you supporting it. Hit the like button, guys. Come on. Do me a favour. Help yourself as well. Make sure your captain picks are spot on. Etc, etc. I find that funny that the Zella's not confirmed. Oh, come on, guys. We're still on 29. One of you can do it. Come on. Come on. Come on, man. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. Ooh. Ooh. Go on. Go on. One of you can do it. Go on. I feel like it's imminent. Hey, we done it. Whoever was like number 30, you're going to have a good game week. I can feel it. Maybe 30 wasn't quite enough, guys, but we got to 18 essence. So, hey, it feels like there's a craft inevitable on getting some more boxes. Where's the exit? Just tap the screen, guys. I know, man. Come on. And the card we won earlier was Cammy Devlin, who has been like eating AA for breakfast. Look at this, man. No decisives. Huge volumes of tackles and interceptions, like through the roof. He has been on it. 26 as well. High energy mid. Had to be the 3, didn't it? Had to be the 3. Okay, well. So yeah, Canada Kickers, I think that's kind of where I'm at with yourself, buddy. I'd be trying to get some star pieces in on top. And the best place to start probably is your contender, guys. Tragic box opening, Connor Aspel. I think you're spot on there. Right, James J, what was... I know you're in the chat here. Do we have it in the chat here, James? Hey, mate, was on last night. Not sure if you kept order. Looking to expand the cross-pollination for collections for Champ and Under-23 coverage, as you can see in Bayern PSG. P.S. Look at my heartbreak of D1 Classic Champ this week. Is it this one? I think it is. D1 Classic Champ. D1 Classic Champ. Oh, that's just minging. Haaland brings in an 80. You've got Dean Housen in there as well with a cool 64. So many things have went your way. But a captain on 93.7. Oh, mate, that is sore. That hurts. Hurts the soul, doesn't it? Hurts the soul. Right, okay, so looking to expand the cross-pollination. So we're looking for another club to be factored into the kind of network here that James is building on top of what he's did with PSG and Bayern. So if we look at PSG, what does he mean? Have we bought the backups that are transferring around from here? No, we've got some key players. And then, yeah, there's a bit of that with Renato, obviously Mbappe, Soler, Vitinha. No, Vitinha's fine. Messi. So, yeah, I kind of get what's going on there. Unless I've missed a PSG stack above that. And where it is Bayern. Here we go. So, a kind of nice blend, actually, on like Tillman. That's fun. Omar Richards, I've got no idea where he is. But obviously, Sula's at a different team. Alfie Davis is maybe moving to Real Madrid. So that's quite fun. I like that. So one of my favourite collections for this is a kind of harder one. You've kind of been doing this with some classics. I don't know when you've picked these ones up specifically, Jay. Been on the platform for about a year and a half at this point. So you might have got these semi-new, which is fine. And season Barca is nice. If there's anything in season you're looking at, I think Chelsea is just still the play. Like, they're just such a busy squad. And even like the guys that aren't playing at the moment, you've got one of their cards. Levi Colwell. Like the goalkeeper, Petrovic is probably not going to be possible to get at this stage. Look at that Bergstrom. They've got blooming 6 keepers. This is kind of like putting money on ice, but with a lot of these ones. But maybe Cassidy, he's going to get a move this January. Renato Vega might get a move this January. That's a wee bit of the rumour going around. João Felix has got suitors elsewhere, and Kunku's had some really interesting links. So I don't know if maybe like Chelsea are still viable for you in that kind of regard, because I think like some of the key pieces are maybe just a wee bit too out the realm. Otherwise, Dortmund this season aren't too bad either. Champ and under 23. So Nordisland if it's under 23, but we want to keep it champ. So who's like a kind of Nordisland champy team? Have lots of talent, aren't terribly in vogue. I wonder what the Leipzig rig looks like at the moment. I think Leverkusen are maybe worth entertaining, but Leverkusen kind of immediate term are not fantastic, because you'll be able to get Van der Vaart cheap enough at the moment while he's not the guy. Galassi has a career after Leipzig, so both the goalkeepers work. In defence, there's not much going on here. Like, in terms of the cross-pollination element of this, like, I'm only really interested probably in Rom, Gertruda and Lukeba for the most part. But I think it's the rest of the departments that work out quite well, like Xavi Simons, Nusa. A lot of injuries in here. Vigo Gebel is another rookie I'm going to buy. So I've seen him play Youth Champions League, same as Nuhu Jata. So they're fun wee guys. Drago here. Yeah, maybe Leipzig isn't. I just wanted to kind of see what they were up to, but it's not really that great. It's like 3 cards that could be worth hunting down. Guys that could all move on, separate from the club they're at now, and go on to kind of like populate throughout Europe. Who's kind of brimming at the seams now? That's the big kind of question. Either with like too much talent that they can't keep together, or they're a minnow and the players will outgrow them. It's actually a bit of a tough one. Like PSG and Bayern are great because they're juggernauts and they've got so many excess squad players. Man City, like in the wider network of things, certainly fall into that category. But if we actually look at the squad The goalkeeper situation is quite tenuous, so both of them are actually quite achievable. But even if you look at some of the players that could be discarded within a transfer window or two, like an Ake or a Diaz, still under 30 for both of them. And what scarcity are we looking at, James? Limited? I think Man City might be a wee bit underappreciated in this way, because like every member of their squad is first team calibre anywhere else. We've seen this with Palmer. Cole Palmer is the example. The problem is maybe some of them are a wee bit the wrong side of 30, like Gundo, De Bruyne, Bernie, Kovacic. Like the four of them feeling like less long term is available here, but guys like McAtee, Oscar Bob, Echeverri, Matthias Nunes is a great, like when he leaves Man City you'll probably be fine again. You know, Phil Foden of course the star man in midfield. Rodri on a bit of a depression situation at the moment price wise, and in the front is like quite shallow, man, isn't it? But I think City are maybe a bit underestimated in terms of the whole, like how many of them will move on and do alright. It's kind of hard to work out where some of them will go. Like De Bruyne could go to America or something, for example. But City are in a wee bit of a unfancied position. And there's enough here where they will help your teams immediately. And if Grealish does get cut aside and goes back to Villa or goes down, like he could just become the guy he used to be. Do we have Aston Villa Grealish scores on this? We do. Wow, not many of them. But wow, look at that. $43 AA against Man United. Cannot imagine Grealish getting AA like that these days, can you? Although he should on paper, when you see where he's getting it from, like 18 from attacking stats, like at Man City, that should be standard for him. 18 attacking points on this kind of spread. Possession, only 5 missed passes. That's very Man City, you would think. Just not been anywhere near. Also, he's got the assist here, which pushes it up a bit. Fouled 8 times. That's beautiful for a guy like him, like a tricky winger. By the fouls, Man United just bought the bait, didn't they, on that occasion? But he's done 40 a few times. Look at that. Could just go somewhere and become that guy again. Maybe he doesn't. But let me catch up with the chat, sorry. Brighton and Strasbourg are getting mentions. I think they're both pretty good, but I do think the Cammy Devlin was a tier 2 Packus Murphy. Looking for another classic champ collection which would filter into under 23. Yeah, so the City stuff doesn't really have too much under 23 like Venn diagram action, does it? McAtee, Guardiola, there is bits of it. Echeverri, there's not much of it. I wouldn't even factor Rico Lewis into it, although he's handy when he plays, isn't he? Doku and Savio, good forwards for under 23, I guess. It's not perfect, is it? Haaland, of course, as well. Also, like classic Atalanta. That's a nice shout. Looking at an older collection is a shade tougher. Do you have one of the cards, potentially? No. But Atalanta are fun. I think you're right. Can we... current club? No. Team. Nice, so we get former players and we hit that filter, that's fine. And then what season are we looking at? Probably like classic will be maybe last year you're thinking of. So Moranchuk is away. A lot of current players still in their squad. Of course, Koopmeiners at Juve, that's a nice crease as well, isn't it? Carnesecchi, Scalvini as well. Jan Musso. Yeah, there's definitely a lot, especially if you just want to have a bit of Atalanta exposure, because they've not actually lost many of this generation. If we maybe flip back a second and look at the year before, there may be some better players that we're not really spotting in these. One thing we can do, Luis Muriel, off the bench all the time. Oh, he's in Orlando, isn't he? I don't know why I thought he was in Colombia with the rest of his pals. Malinovsky. Yeah, I think it's the last one, isn't it? So let's go into last season. And then let's just click on one of these cards. They've all got multiple listings. Maybe we're looking at just like, yeah, penalty kick. C collections. Limited last year. And then let's just look for that Atalanta. There we go. Boom. So let's see. Maybe an easier way of doing that than I'm an idiot, but. And there's always going to be some random guy in here as well. Or maybe not. The squad isn't actually that big. Or maybe it's just because this guy has some cards that maybe appears that way to me. That's not bad. It's quite low budget as well, so not much risk involved in that sense. If you were going to... going to say, is somebody else like a Verona maybe halfway fun, like, because they're transferring like mad. Like, who do they have in here? Noslin, Brath and Gong, all these guys are somewhere else. So Zimbula, Swiderski. None of these are great options, to be honest with you, but they are there. Anyone else jumping out? Isaac Hine, Doig. Nah, I don't think any of them particularly jump out. Italy's kind of a tough one for it. They do have bloated squads, but it's not normally the same kind of quality. Atletico Madrid do tend to bloat the squad out. This is last season's Atleti. We've got Memphis, we've got Correa, Griezmann, Morata. That's an okay, not many forwards, is there? Maybe this season Atleti would be better, but you've got an in-season premium there. Vermeeren, Riquelme, Sol, Llorente, Lino, Lamar. Like, all these guys are pretty good, aren't they? I don't know who this Cypriot guy is. Ronaldo. Look how there's not that many non-defenders, is there? Ronaldo, Hermoso, Galan. All these guys are somewhat usable to one extent or another. That's not a bad. Moldovan, Gerbic. I quite like that. I think in season. Quinny, have I missed something regarding? Nah, it's not Kyogo. It's not Kyogo. Savinho is the future of City, especially for Pep, yeah. Evening, chaps. Dom, good to see you. Yeah, I think the City one might be a little bit understated in the market at the moment in terms of the opportunity. I do like the idea of Atleti in terms of if they've got cards in different spots. The in-season one they've got there now is a pretty nice squad as well. And is anything else kind of... Is anyone just mass hoarding players at the moment? Chelsea style. I say Chelsea's just so hard to move away from. It does pain me to say it, but Man United do have some good players in a collection or two where, like, if it was for a 3% effort, just pick up some of the best bits. They're not too bad. I say Leverkusen are okay. Yeah, the Kepa DNP cost me second in Div 150 a star. Ouch. Ouch. I like a lot of the players in this Atalanta one. I like the Coop Miners thing. I like the Musso thing being at Atleti could become number one there when All Black moves on. I like Scalvini on injury discount. Lookman is a star, which I think if you're going to do something like this, gaining a high value player like him is something to be motivated by or interested in. And then Miranchuk is an MLS. There's a lot of other guys that are still here at Atalanta. So yeah, I don't mind that one. But I think City, it's kind of hard to look past the upper quality here because the only jeopardy is Saudi with any of these guys. Like, outside of that, all these guys will be very, very handy at some point in their career. You know, some of them will be right now and forever. Some of them will be next month. Some of them will be in a year from now or something. You know. But I quite like that. You might not be into City, you might support someone else in England. I get that as well. If you're like a Southampton fan or Bournemouth, perhaps. Well, that's probably controversial, those two being next to each other. But yeah, Bournemouth, Wolves, like, I'm thinking kind of clubs like that. Is there someone like... Wolves probably don't shed a lot of their squad. Cunha's just signed a new deal and they've been quite tumultuous. Nottingham Forest aren't bad, but again, I don't see them losing a lot of their squad overnight. Same with Brighton. Like, Brighton, you guys brought Brighton up. I like Brighton. But I'm not sure there's that many cards in the Ederson to Saudi. I heard, yeah, have Haaland, the City card from last year. Oh, that makes it even easier, mate, to just lean into. So let's see, do you have a wee City footprint? Come on. Come on. Yeah, like the prices you're going to get guys like Bob, Rodrigo for. Even Alvarez is in this. That's a great cross-pollination collection situation there. Sergio Gomez as well. For this season, actually, it's maybe better than this season's. There's no Savio, which if you want to play under 23 forward, like you're kind of relying on Doku here. And Alvarez, I'm not sure if he's under 23 still anymore. It says 23 on that card, so it's unlikely. And then like Josko's a boss piece, and some of the other ones can move around or whatever. Obviously stay away from the Ederson from the sounds of things. There's less under 23 exposure potentially in this, I think, but with the likes of one or two of the guys here, like Sergio Gomez and Julian Alvarez, I think it gives you some immediate term action, which is nice. Last year, River is a nice one with Barco as well. Yeah, that could be a good one. And I don't think, like 15 quid for Guardiola. De Bruyne, 13 quid. Rodrigo's still double of De Bruyne. That's funny, isn't it? Alvarez, 8 quid. Like, that feels like you're going to get good. I'd obviously get a Bob while he's dirt cheap. Probably should be a bit cheaper with the injury he's got, but there you go. Sergio Gomez as well. Calvin Phillips as well for 55p. Like, if he ends up going somewhere, he could just be a wee AA magnet. You never know, but it could be a drink water waiting to happen. But yeah, I like that, mate. I do think that'll work really well. This Haaland is then going to boost up through the roof, which you've already got your hands on. And then City really complement, in terms of like the base utility, Champions League, top end of the league generally, yada yada. With the good pieces you've got in the PSG and the Bayern collection, you're going to get a lot coming together there. Right, Slam Duncan, I don't think you're in the chat tonight, buddy. So I'm going to go and check out what you asked me last night and see what we can do for you. Right, Rafe United was Pablo, bro, I'm sure. James Johnson. I can't actually find Slam Duncan's request here. Good evening, Chief. I see you there, Slam Duncan. And after that, it's Harry Trades again in the house. I wonder if I click on Slam Duncan, I can see all his messages maybe. No, doesn't work like that. Let me move the stream on a wee bit so the chat moves on. Big fan of Samu. There's another Slam Duncan message. Must have been before that, surely, because there's other requests. Oh, this is annoying. Why can't I find it? Slam, if you're here. Hard work again. What's hard work, James? I love this. You know, genuinely, it's one of my favourite things to do every week is just do this stuff with you guys. Always look forward to it. There we go. Would you be able to look at my gallery, Slam Duncan, looking at where I can improve? Got 50 quid in winnings. Just feel like I need a few upgrades to push me up a few places. Thanks in advance. No problemo. 168 limiteds. And let's have a peek. Also, there's a lot of Celtic and Rangers at the top row here, but let's just see what we've got across the regions. So, in Champ, 68 cards in total. We're going to be losing Dubravka. We've not got Vaez. We've not got Nyland. We've not got Ryan. Mamardashvili probably returns. So we've got Fofana, Henderson, Vicario, kinda. This will probably help, yeah. Spotty in goals. In defence. Fine guys. Good players. A lot of options. Midfielders, MGW, Eze, Damsgaard. Very nice picks here. Adam Wharton, big fan of that card. The GOAT. Thanks, thanks mate. Glad you think so. Oh, striker power, you've got it, man. Got it for a few teams, that top row. Okay, so champ, I see what's going on here. Challenger, what are we cooking with? 5 keepers across the kind of pantheon here, aren't they? I like the defenders, not many of them. Not many mids. I don't know if this is like an evolving strategy or if this is like an all-star buffer or whatever. And then Challies, we've got Bits. Got 3 keepers playing, 4 some weeks. A really good set of defenders, by the way. With what people were saying in the chat earlier about Kai Rolls, you should probably be checking out Jamie McCart, just transferred to Hearts. Lennon Miller's injured for a wee bit, so we kind of glance past him. Oh, Campos, by the way, I like him. He's actually a really good player. He's in Mexico. Leighton Clarkson double. Yeah, I think this is quite okay. So I think this might be the one where money spent on it, you'll probably feel a lift on it because you've already got powerful pieces already, and it's maybe missing, like up front, like Boyle's been great for me already, as I'm sure he has been for you. Danilo looks like he's becoming a player again. Maeda is nailed. Furuhashi and Shankland have been hair pullers this year, haven't they, as well as Stockler. So like, this could use a Kuhn. Really, couldn't it? This could use a Vickers. So like a Kuhn and a Vickers makes a big difference to this. It doesn't need to be them. It could be some of these other kind of flight of fancy cards that are just like in the region, kind of just making a mess of it for everyone and making it hard to find the best scoring players every week. Like I've got Berardi and Hornby to help me out with this outside of the SPFL, like that type of profile of guy. Lidberg was definitely the pick over Hornby, but I must confess, Kuhn's the pick, but if you kind of get a Berardi in, limited you probably could get Berardi. And what was the other position again? A defender. It doesn't need to be Vickers. But yeah, like even some of these random guys I've got to do well. Like you're looking for a bit more of that just to secure it. Halstenberg, Mullenstein. Alistair Johnson's just the best one to go with, but I think, isn't he? But that's what I would say, Slam, if you're looking at contender. If you're looking at champion, in terms of upgrading that with your winnings, the goalkeeper problem is the first thing I can't really get away from here. So many inactives. Like, we've only really got Pope, but he's not in. It's Dubravka. Dubravka's got like 1 game left and he's away to Saudi or something like that. So you've got Henderson, who fine. Fofana, it's like fine. Mamardashvili should come back, and maybe you can get lucky with one of these other keepers, but I would maybe just get a nailed in, headache free keeper in, so then the rest of this can happen and it won't totally wreck you, you know. Is it too late to buy a Berardi? For limited XP wise, he is so much lower than other players. So with Berardi, I don't think you really, I think the rest of your players need to be, you need to have a good captain. So Berardi as a captain, right? So that's why I don't really worry about XP for him, because you're giving him a 50% clip anyway. You know, now other captain Berardis that have bigger XP and all the rest of it will be outpointing you man for man, obviously. But that's where the rest of the strategy plays in as well. So it's all about raw score. Like, the difference it makes is when all the raw scores, like if you're fighting between getting on the podium and not, so like between second, third, fourth, fifth, there's 2 points. That's when the collection bonus makes the difference, where you're the one 2 points in the lead rather than 2 points behind. Or also as well, like Angelino in the last game week, where I won that tier 2 for finishing in the top 20. Again, I just thought this is another great example. This is only a 3% collection. He is on level 20, but he brings in an 87 point return for me from a raw score of 77. Now, you're not going to get that with Berardi, right? But Berardi's banging 80s anyway. You kind of need the collection stuff to help these guys out, where it's like Angelino 77, pretty good game. One of the best games he might do-ish this season, maybe one of his top 5 matches. But this card outperforms so many for me. So it's more for those cards you should focus on it. Captain capable guys, you need them priority 1, whether it's 2%, 3%, 0% that you can get the card on. I wouldn't concern yourself with that. Defenders, again, they're fine. There's not a mad urgency, because a lot of them are fine and good guys that score well. You just need to be busy with who you're picking, be right on it. There's some punchers, some power in midfield. There could be another, like looking at the price of De Bruyne at 15 quid, feels like that's an easy pickup for when he returns into form, although it could be a wee bit short term, because who knows what happens with him going forward. But you've got backup for it. A Cole Palmer reward, Cunha, Nico Jackson. You've got really good forward options here. So goalkeeper, like another defender of the same ilk of what you've got here, like another Lacroix, another Anthony Robinson, another good value guy like that would help you. Could go top of the food chain. Don't think it's overly necessary at this stage, because you've got a lot of variety picks here. You've got a lot of differentials. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, Slam Duncan. You don't seem to be in the chat, so I don't want to harp on about it too much. And Andreas Laungard, fist bump to you, mate. He's picked up his season ticket. Love to see it, mate. Thanks for supporting the club. Thanks for becoming a member on the YouTube channel. It means a lot. Hucker520, good to see you. It's fun because every gallery review is so unique and different. That's why I enjoy it, because it's like literally like, you got to put yourself into this person's shoes, see what they're building, see what the idea is, where they've been driving, and then like, if you're in this situation, how would you keep it going? How would you make it better? Or like, is there a mistake to avoid, or is there a change of direction to make? Any other obvious holes in the gallery? James Johnson was asking. No, mate, honestly, I didn't go right through it, so I'll have a wee glance back 2 seconds while we're here, because it's quite fresh in my mind still, because we just looked at it. But no, I don't think when I've looked at this before, James, there's not really been anything that strikes me as being out of place or underserved overly. So many, yeah. I think numbers of quality like you've got here just makes up for so many of the do's and don'ts of squad building generally. You've got triple Jude as well, mate. Like, I'm always well chilled when I see that. Gives you such good flexibility. You've not got much in-season classic pressure. Whenever I'm building your teams, they're only quite free. You can kind of put the best guys where you want them for the most part. Yes, you do need to make some decisions and some allowances for some guys, don't we all? But honestly, mate, I've never really had that kind of feeling going through this with you. Obviously, this is kind of a new thing, this strategy here. Maybe a bit of under 23 action crossed over with a wee bit of non-European summer action with Ramelow and Messi. Nordisland guys coming in. Renato Sanchez, love that. Although he's not playing, it's a sad time for us all, but one day. So yeah, like, I can see that's just kind of moving on. It's just getting off the ground, which is probably a better way of putting it. And this is a lot of under 23s as well, isn't it? Yeah, so honestly, mate, I think you're doing really well ticking over. If it's just a general, like, is there an obvious gap? The answer is no. You've done very well at rounding off your strategy. Has Pavel get back to me on Sorare? There we go. He wants an extra 60p. Number 5, level 15. That's kind of fun, isn't it? I'll get 3% when I get it. There's only 12 of them, isn't there? So yeah, let's just accept that. Give Pavel the trade. Now I've got a non-EU contender defender, thanks to my Leipzig collection and Marcello Sorare. There we go. Thought we'd fix that wee problem tonight. Stay away from my under 23 with Triple Jude. It's just an incredible luxury to have. I love it. Honestly, every time we build the lineups, it's just like, Jesus. And there's a combo to be had there. Like, where does in-season go? Where does Classic go? There is a wee bit of jiggling to do there, but you've got that flexibility, you know. Times are hard for old Pavel. Yeah, well, if he's funding a coin. By the way, I'm all about it. Like, I'm all about the Pavel coin. I've been on him saying, like, get me involved, Pavel. If someone can make a meme coin work, it's fucking Pavel Trader. Let's call a spade a spade. He's the man. He is the man that makes money on the internet. So, Andreas, all you need to do, mate, is tell me your squad name, your club name, how I can find you on Sorare data, and what you want to pick my brain over. Or do you want me just to, you know, like, just tell me what you want? We've got 3 more on the list, so you'll be number 4, Andreas, and then that will be a show, that will be a night for us. Just as a wee heads up, Andreas will be last orders. I bought a Barco for 17 and spent like 3 on Rivers. That's perfect. So we'd be putting Berardi in our lineup. You could do the same thing with Berardi. Like, there's no problem doing that kind of thing, James Allen. James Allen, are you slam dunking? I don't know. When you doing lineup builders, boss? Having a headache? Thursday. What day is it? Is it tomorrow? No, today's Tuesday, isn't it? No, Thursday we're doing lineups at 4 o'clock UK time. So all the streams for the week are programmed on. I recommend, by the way, if you do like the content and you're like, oh, I always miss them, or oh, I wish I knew that was on. If you're subscribed and you hit notifications, you'll get notifications when we go live for stuff. But I try it on a Monday. I did it on a Tuesday this week. But if you just click on the live tab here on the channel, you'll see everything that's upcoming, and you can just click into it, and then there's a little notify me thing. It's just behind the live chat here on screen, but you can see it. And then when it happens, you'll get a wee notification. You go, oh, there's that stream I wanted to watch. You know. So yeah, lineup building Thursday. What times do you normally stream? Would be tempted by season ticket for these, but time zones. So I normally do, like, gallery reviews is normally like a late thing. So UK time, 6-7 o'clock start time is what I normally go for, and lineup building is normally a bit earlier because I just like to have it done. So yeah, Thursday at 4, just so that's a good time. And whatnot. What time's on he in, James Allen? Out of curiosity. Luan Trader, were you on Sorare Data today or tomorrow? Heard you get mentioned. Luan Trader, not a name I'm familiar with. But this will be fun. Didn't actually catch... Was it today you were on Data? May have been. I've not caught it yet. I've been kind of busy. So I will be on the first... I need to finish Harry's video. It'll be the first thing I do when I come off this tonight. And then I'll be listening to Data. So, Andreas, thanks for joining us, my man. I'm based in Oz, yeah. So I've been trying to do content with people in Australia for a long time, and it is difficult. I always get the time zone mixed up as well with what time is actually good for you. So apologies, James. But I do have when you become a member, we also have a Telegram group. Telegram is just like WhatsApp, basically, but way better. And again, like, if you can't make it, and I know that because you're in Australia, you just pop your request in there, and then we can deal with it, you know. So Luan, you're on the list, which is good. Now, Rafe United, which is Pablo Bro, I'm sure, is next up. And where is Pablo Bro's request? I'm sure it was Pablo Bro. Yeah, Rafe United, there you are, my man. Lad, Happy New Year. I'm in need of a goalkeeper for my wee rare team and a new goalkeeper for a limited, both contender. Any suggestions? Budget is 200 quid. So this gives us a wee chance, actually, to... I was going to do this on the video that's out tomorrow. Was it the video that's out tomorrow? Yeah, it was, but I never really got a chance to. But the Scouting Centre is actually quite fun for this kind of thing, right? So if we go to Contender, and then we go by Position, Goalkeeper, and then Advanced View, the scores are all here. Breakdown, let's have decisives there, and all around. Let's have a wee breakdown of that. Do we want it last 15 total or per 90? Let's go for per 90. Set pieces taken. We don't care about that for goalkeepers or assists. We do care about these things. Not penalty one. Last man tackle, clean sheet. Assist, why not? And do we want to know about 3 goals conceded? I think we do. Because that's something that could be systemic in a squad. So what did you say exactly, Pablo, bro? We need a new goalkeeper from a wee rare team. So let's see, at rare. This is great design, by the way. It just needs to be a wee... I don't even know what's missing from it, but it is missing a wee bit of something. Shawabi, 70 quid. What's Shawabi up to? Goals conceded 3-0. Clean sheet 0.33 per 90. So is that like 1 every 3 games, essentially? Heidel comes into that as well, but Austria, funny calendar to watch out for. Franco Armani, 3 goals conceded 8% of the time. Marcos Ledesma, clean sheet 0.47. By the way, let's kind of sort by that. That's fun, isn't it? Clean sheet sort. Yeah, this Ledesma is right high. Open him in a new link. What's your story? Yeah, boy. And who do you play for? Gimnasia La Plata, our old favourite. At rare for a Ledesma. Wow, under 30 quid. Pavel's got one, so negotiable. Still on instant buy. If you need that first owner bonus. Argentinian. When does the Argentina League resume? Torneo Batano, is that what I'm after? 26th for Jan. Not long to wait, by the way. Peter Pesic, fist bump, good to see you. I watched the Deadline show a couple of days after. I watched back the Deadline show a couple of days after. James, I fucking love you, by the way. Thanks a lot. The outros are for you, James. The weekend one was heartbreaking, watching you build Celtic teams knowing what the lineup was. You must have a totally different perspective on it at that point. Austria's calendar is just like, let's just look at it. When is the next game? It's just a big ass break, mate. 7th. I suppose now it doesn't feel too bad. They've been off for a bit, but a full month from now, they're behind kind of everything else, and then it's kind of hard to see. There is a split, but yeah, fixtures are only scheduled up to the 16th of March, and then they split. So I think I don't know if it ends super early, but I don't think it runs all the way to the finish like Scotland and England do and whatnot. So yeah, that's all I'm kind of saying about that. But that's Marcos Ledesma, by the way, at rare for a wee rare team. About to get the season up and going. I like that. Not too opposed for it myself, to be quite frank. Zelenika, Makewa, some of these J guys I think we want to stay away from. Vitodo has not got a squad, but he's playing for somebody. That's game week 33. That's quite... sorry, I definitely need to bug that out, don't they? Starters. Ooh, that's a nice wee tab. I knew that I'd seen that before. No, maybe I need to move the chat. Tangvik is okay. No goals conceded 3. Very impressive. Yeah, I think I like the Argentinian guy, by the way. That might have been a hole-in-one, by the way. Very good price. Has a lot of the key stats that we're after. Last man tackle. Let's see who gets a lot of these. 1 every 5 games for Nagashi. Dejan Stojanovic, 15% of matches. Trevor Carson, 13% of matches. Let's look at the Stojanovic guy. He's not played for ages, so he's another one of those weird ones. But this Nagaishi. He's not always in the team. That's the problem. And then if we go back to the clean sheet sorter, yeah, I like the Ledesma for limited and for I think with the budget you've got, a £200 budget, I would get limited Schmeichel, no problem. Limited Schmeichel and like rare Ledesma. Need to double check with some sources that he's on to start again this year. But yeah, I've got no problem with that. Ian, you were on tonight. You were one of the latecomers. What did you tell me tonight you were after? Ian. Cheers, mate. Been trading out of classics for in-season. Just wanted to see if you think I'm good for in-season for the rest of this season. Got some smashes in classic to help out as well. Love it, Ian. Let's have a look. I'm guessing we're chatting contenders, yeah? So I'll just look at the in-seasons and like I know you've got classics. I'll kind of double check them if I have to for any key elements. But so we've got Ryman, we've got Gertner, Kalinic. I don't know if you fancy him to come back or something. Obviously you've got Sinclair and I was going to say Ray, but there's no Ray here. Maybe you fancy Sinclair to come back in. Duhan's playing at the moment. So we've got like 1, 2, and then half and half, don't we? Goalkeepers at the moment. Vargas looks like he counts, so does Guzman, but that's going to change, I think, quite quickly. So I think you're missing the Nursing Johnson keeper, which you maybe don't want, but that's fine. Defence, again, I think we need to watch out for the Mexican stuff, the J-League stuff, don't we? But wow, he punches, doesn't he? Wow, yeah, he does punch. Big, powerful centre-back. Oh, look at this. 46, 57, 88. Eat your heart out, by the way. 72, 88. Jesus, what happened in this game for you? Triple, obviously. 5 tackles. 12 duels won, 5 lost, 4 interceptions. 28 years of age. Magdeburg. And he goes with Ryman, doesn't he? Yeah, I like that. That's a fun one. Remy Vita, I think, has he been around the block once or twice? Urigide, Jonas Uhr, Marcel Frank, Andre Raymond, Will Ferry. So for your 3 in-season teams, like, yeah, defence, check, I would say. Yeah. Your strategy is like kind of going difference as well, like not playing Celtic and Rangers players. Maybe you've got them in other positions or whatever, but I like that. And I think like that's the only reflex I would say is like, oh, an Alistair Johnson or some shit, Tavernier, but your play's kind of zagging on that zig, you know. It's the best or worst for the mids. Yeah, so I think midfield, especially with the Scottish cards, you kind of feel that, don't you? Midfield is a hard spot. We'll see what you've got in classic mid in a second. And then up front, I can close these other windows, can't I? We've caught up with the chat. Like, you're definitely set for like lower division progress. You're not going to win D1 with where you're sitting at the moment, or maybe you could with 1 or 2 combinations, but I do think midfield is yeah, we've got Marvin. Yeah, classic mids, good move. Two seconds, guys. Thanks for your patience, guys. Just got a mad attack of the hungers there. I've not had much to eat today, so I better just go get a wee celebration or two in me quickly. Go Fuck Fridays is at 6:30 in the morning, which suits me. No more Friday streams for me because school has begun once again. I don't know what that means, Hooker, if you're at school or if you're a teacher. Do you know any cheap rare stacks? Sorare. Deadline show starts at midnight. Lineup starts at 3. Oh, Jesus. If you have anything particular for Champ, it's always fun, good to get different views. I was on it today. Andreas, nice. I look forward to catching up with that. General review. I think Champ is pretty sorted. So anything in particular with Contender or Challenger where you feel is the strongest? And yeah, double check Champ. Yeah, that's fine. Fun experience. Hopefully people enjoyed it. I look forward to catching it, mate. I'm waiting on another player for my rare team as well, Quinny. Not sure what position. Sorry, I might have missed that in the request in terms of the way I read it. Well, I forgot a wee bit. I suppose, is the better thing to do the Ledesma then, or get Mito, or get Duhan? Now, the Mexican guy, or the Argentinian guy, will kind of help you move into the summer. But you've not really got anything else to move into the summer with. So maybe it's an idea to get the Duhan. Czerny's a fine forward. Midfield is where I would spend the money. You've got Celtic. I'd probably just get the Arne Engels in, to be honest with you, at this stage. It's going to be taking all the set pieces, takes penalties. I'd probably add him into the fold, buddy. Oi, oi. Just meshes there. I'll just make sure nothing was too pertinent. You could use another forward for depth, obviously. But I think with your budget, mate, yeah, I would handcuff the keeper. Handcuffing the keeper is not fun, because it could open up two teams actually having two keepers. Yeah, I probably would still go with the Argentinian guy. And then if we have a look real quickly. Nobody that fantastic. Laird, I don't know if you're still in the chat, but the message you just sent me is absolutely Hall of Fame. Mexico win season until the summer. Love that. Ian Sorare, by the way, I was not aware. In Austria, they split in March, so another 10 games, is it? Does anyone here have Angulo they want to trade 2023? Arne seems to be taking the O'Reilly smash. Yeah, he's going to grow into that, I think. So I think to add something in for you, Pablo Bro, that's what I would do for another player into that rare outfit. And Ian, like, yeah, I think you're probably going to be quite fine in season contender with the classics you've got, and I've not factored in the fact that in season in Mexico is still fine for another couple of months for the Brunettas and stuff. That's fantastic. So yeah, you're probably quite well and good. In fact, I still do think the midfield, so maybe because I'm unfamiliar with a few of them, but I've just got this feeling that it might be a problem for you when you get to Team 3. I think another goal scorer could help, but I think it's really nitpicking. Like I think you've done a really good build here, Ian. I say midfield is the only problem, but you've already got classic power to buff that up. That's why I twisted out in my mouth there. But Yeah, like, really, other than by Barco, by Berardi, like, there's nothing else to really, you've probably got Berardi anyway, there's nothing else to really add into this. Like, in terms of the in-season element, the keepers is probably the only part of it, I think, we were talking about. With, like, you've got 2 keepers, 3 with Duhan at the moment. So that's just maybe one element of it to keep your mind on. But you've got so many in-season... Yeah, I don't think you've got a problem here, mate. The way under-23 MLS is going in July, we'll be playing normal challenger because everyone is aging out. Yeah, could be the case. If Hearts could go a couple of gears, my contender confidence would also go up. Yeah, again, all of this is always flavoured around current situation on team, player, squad, whatever. So, like, I was thinking about it afterwards, but I was talking to somebody about their midfield on the stream. If you're here, you might know who it is, but I forget the name of whose gallery it was. But I was talking about how, like, in midfield, it might have been, was it Alex Coombs? Or was it Mini-Me, maybe? It was one of you 2 guys. And I was chatting about how you've got Classic, Trent, Gibbs White and Salah. And, like, it's kind of hard for you to... You know, it just felt like they needed another in-season mid. Now, 2 things on that. Number 1, I thought about afterwards, if Maddison was cooking, I wouldn't have said that. Because he does have a Maddison and some other players. I was thinking it's funny how Maddison has totally changed my perception on that guy's midfield build. Whereas when he started it, on paper... What he has there, I'd have probably signed off. You know what I mean? But I'd have been like, oh, yeah, that's great. That'll cover you. But then when you could come across it, like, oh, maybe now that he's not always in and Tottenham and whatever. But the second thing I also thought to that is, and if you're here, let me know. I forget who it is. It might be you, Mini-Me, or Alex Coombs. I'm sure it's one of these. But I also thought a great bit of advice should have been on the stream, and I'll pass it on now, and hopefully you hear it. If not, I'll bring it up if you don't. But sometimes your decision will be play Classic. That might be the best thing for you to do once in a while, is just go top team in Classic. You kind of need your Classic to be in D2 or 1, but for that to be, sensible. So you kind of need to have a Classic kind of working in the background to make sure you kind of get there somehow if you've not got those entries. But there'll be a week where Salah, Gibbs, White, Trent is the spine of the best team you can build, and you should do that, you know. We also got the Japanese fella. Oh, sorry, you're talking about something, I think, between you. Sorry. Cammy Devlin seems to be... Yeah, I just won him. James, somebody brought him up in the members section yesterday, and I won him today, and it's an in-season mid is actually a bit of a problem solver for me, so I'm rather glad to have him in, because McGrath's not been that guy. I've also got Wanizek and some other guys to come back, but this kind of Scottish-only period doesn't feel it's been going that way. And then we've got Charlie Rimmer, who was in for tonight as well. Charlie. Just after some ideas for contender, looking to strengthen that area and potentially a bit of champ if you have time. Thanks, mate. Limited cards, please. We kind of spoke on this a little bit, Charlie, so maybe you've had a wee bit of food for thought already, but let's see what you're playing with. If we look at limited contender, let me read it again. Looking for some ideas for contender, looking to strengthen that area and potentially a bit of champ. Yeah, okay. Goalkeepers. For the amount of keepers you've got, your defence is fine. Probably better than fine. But it's only 2 rows. And if we do get up to 3 entries, like if you do... Yeah, all these guys are in different places as well, so it's kind of fixing together the Rubik's Cube of fixtures. It's not too hard at this time of year that we're coming into, to be frank, but great midfield. Canales, Wanizek, Kuhn, McGregor, Wakazaka, Brunetta. Like, can you really ask for a better top row? Almost exclusively green and white as well. Canales and Brunetta just feel fun, don't they? Green and white cards. These guys are not even worried about. So, again, for the team you've got, they're now fine. But if you were to go up to 3 entries, this will spread probably just about across. But if one guy's out, one guy off form, it's just thin, isn't it? Double Danilo. I'll pretend I didn't see that. I think the first thing you need is more goals. More goals. Because you're wholly relying on Danilo at the moment, which is fine. But there'll be a game week, there'll be a time where he's unreliable again. So 1,000% forward. Is it a good value forward that could be gotten? Do I have any myself? Probably not, but I'm just going to double check. See, the native guys like the Boyles and the Wilsons and whatever are fine, but I think like Bundesliga 2 is where you can just get some fucking points in, you know. Like, if we go to this scouting thing again, let's play this game. Scouting Centre, Contender, and then... Nah, can we somehow delete leagues? Or can we do... Let's go back. Scouting Centre. By player or team. Filter. There we go, this is what we want. I think, isn't it? Yeah, so what are we just about to look at? Kind of got a wee bit of... Yeah, oh, no. We're specifically going after Bunde 2. Boom. Specifically going to scout that. Bunde 2 and the advanced view. We don't obviously care about clean sheets and stuff anymore. We want goals and assists. Set pieces taken, we want to know about that. All the other stuff is fine. Free goals conceded, we don't care about anymore. And we are looking at limited. And let's see what we've got. Forward. Starter. El Hankouri. At Magdeburg. Magdeburg have got some players, by the way. Lamperla is just transferred into the Bundesliga, by the way. If any have missed it, he has moved to, I want to say Hoffenheim. Or actually, is he moved? Yeah, I'm just seeing it here. Is it actually... Oh no, that's the game. I was going to say, it's actually Hamburg he's went to. It might actually be another Bundesliga 2 team he went to. I think it was Hoffenheim. Yeah. Ooh, that's an interesting development, that Aslani. Lidberg is the guy Harry told me to get, but I went and got Hornby. Maza is another great shout. Young guy at Hertha Berlin. There's that Aslani. Let's check him out. He works. Kosovo as well. He'll be an international player. Pretty much no doubt on that. £3. Yeah, he feels like a good option. Let's look at some of the top ones so you can see them on screen. El Hankouri, I beg your pardon. He's a banger as well. Limiteds for him. £7. Maybe paying a wee bit more for him. And the other one, Lidberg and Maza. Let's put both of them out on screen for you, buddy. So Lidberg is who Harry Trades told me to buy. And to be fair, actually, maybe I wasn't that wrong. Maybe I wasn't that wrong. But he's actually an international as well for Sweden. He's maybe transfer risky, isn't he? January style. But £3, very appealing. I like the Aslani one. That feels a lot of fun to me. Because that team have been flying high in that division. And if he goes back to that team, then... Like, yeah, I think Aslani's the shout. El Hankouri, if you've got the £7, is just as good as well. Lidberg, I'd maybe shade at the moment. And Maza, if you like a bit of a hype boy, number 7, bit of a wonder kid. I like a wee bit of this. £7 again. Yeah, maybe closer to 9. But I think I would look at something like this. Charlie Rimmer to add into here. Otherwise, you need a goalkeeper. Tangvik will be back maybe soonish. Liam Kelly isn't going to have that job forever. So, yeah, need another goalkeeper, 1,000%. And I would get one of those forwards in. Aslani's who my pick would be. But again, there's no guarantee on translation. Like, it goes back to that team and kicks ass straight away. Maybe go for a known quantity, like a Maza or a El Hankouri. bit more known elements to them. Asllani's a bit more of a punt. Kuna's the only one in Scotland. Boyle plays for Hibs, so that says enough about him. I don't know what that's referring to. Sorry, I've kind of lost it. Yeah, forwards is where I'm struggling mainly, just finding someone consistent. Yeah, these guys aren't, like, they are consistent, but they're not like L5 62. You know, like, there is going to be a game, as you can see here. These Bundesliga 2 guys will, like, rip, quiet, rip, quiet, rip, 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 quiet, quiet, quiet. But at least you know they rip. Harry just posted a Sorare hoodie. That's actually looking good. Nice. See, I got a box with one in it ages ago, and I never made it here. And I've still not got one. Your Cammy Devlin's at 15%, but even with Devlin's scores, I find it hard to put him in with Celtic players. Yeah, it's kind of a... kind of need to accept he's just the best mid sometimes on your, on the lookout. Turtle, I need you to be having a season ticket, and we do have requests full for tonight. The season tickets are £1 a week, £4 a month. I do this every Monday or Tuesday. We're doing it Monday and Tuesday this week, and we'll be reviewing galleries again next week. I also do lineup building for all the members of the channel, the season ticket holders of FC Barcelona and Sorare Club. £1 a week, £4 a month every Thursday, so we'll be back doing that. If you are looking to get involved, it's not all lost for tonight. And then Luan, let me see what you were giving it. It was general review. I think Champ is pretty sorted. So anything in particular with contender or challenger where you feel the strongest? If you have anything particular for Champ, always fun. Yada yada. Awesome. Right. Let's see. Let's see what you're cooking in Champ. And we're all rare. Yeah. I think we're just talking about rares in this conversation. Sergio Herrera, big fan of that. Zentner, Courtois, Donnarumma, like, your goalkeeper cohort is pretty damn robust, isn't it? Handcuffs upon handcuffs here. Starters upon starters. 104 defenders. L15 best to worst will give me the best overview I can get of this. And yeah, for in-season, it's kind of hard to argue against. Like, Rudiger's in row 5 or something like that. Baraldo, I'm a huge fan of. Schär is always handy. Some of these guys are okay down here, aren't they? Oh, the Monaco guys are down here. Like, yeah, you probably are quite okay in Champ, aren't you? 97 midfielders. With that top row. Double Jude. Double Amiri. And then we've still got Golovins and Guimareses down here in the 4th row. Yeah, very well sorted. Valverde. Yeah. Depends how many lineups you're getting out. A wee bit more classic pressure in the forward position, but that's fine. So many in-seasons and all the other ones, it should be manageable. Double Rodrigo. Fucking love that, by the way. Smart player. Yeah, I think you're quite right. You're probably quite well set in Champ. Like, we can go through it, we can pick the weeds through it another time, of course, but as a general overview thing, if that's what you're after, like Champ, I agree with you. You're quite well set. Double Brad, Marcus and Fry, Casio, a lot of non-EU, or we actually have a mixture with Mignolet and Didalon at the bottom here with Muslera. That is one funny name, isn't it? 16-year-old rookie goalkeeper. Always condone bringing them into the gallery. But yeah, we've got a fair count. If we just think about the Americans. Marcuson's in Brazil, isn't he? Everson's in Brazil. It's just the in-seasons. We've only got Mignolet and Didalon. You wait for in-season MLS, which I'm sure you will be not too far behind the first couple of auctions. 31 defenders. Kai Wagner, we don't know where he is, so can't really think about him. The only thing this is missing, and it's only because of the size of your gallery, is you should have a classic Buscagli. Like, just fact. It's mainly just because of the size. You could definitely rustle the funds up, I suppose, over time if you were to hustle it and just like, okay, chop the bottom 5%. of like a lot of pieces and just fundraise that way. Top row is fine. You've got really good guys, good synergy here. No problem with it. But I say just for a gallery of this size, I think you're doing yourself out of not having. The same kind of goes for mid. Maybe not for like the Veerman or Veerman specifically, but yeah, like there's like a Tillman. Like I think you are missing an upper end midfielder. And we're talking about star level guys here. I don't really feel that way with your strikers. I think strikers, you've probably got just about enough goals. I would maybe like one more added in of this kind of nature, like a Stoikers, Storm, Di Maria Tizolis, like another guy around that tier 1 level. Yeah, you've got ASM, maybe you've got them already. There's a lot of cards here, maybe you've got them, but yeah, that's the only thing I think about the forwards. Maybe you're just due another one to help out, but midfielders and defenders in this region, like, you need to have a bit more Team 1 prestige. Maybe the word I'm after. Maybe I'm underselling one or two of these guys, but I just think there's so many powerful scores. When America comes back, there's so many powerful mids that will outscore a lot of these guys that you've got here on your top shelf, you know. Same with defence. Like, against Boscagli, and maybe one or two others that maybe emerge. Like Den Bosch, Kayembe, these guys, Smets, these guys are all cool, obviously. I'm a big Ymar Andrade fan. But Boscagli's par, you know, so you need to outperform him every week in defence. So if you've got that in defence and mid, I think that's why, if this is like not doing what you want it to do, I think these things we've just touched on will be the reasons why. Contender. We have double Kim Jin Hyun. Unlucky. He was fine for me, wasn't he? He's a fine goalkeeper. I shouldn't badmouth him. Mamadou Diop, Shenik, Zeller, and Lee Chang-gyun. Again, you've got the goalkeepers to make it work. So that's like EU in-season and non-EU classic. This defence just isn't good enough, I think, for like max entry like you've got here. Because when both these leagues are, like when the J League comes back, you'll have 6 teams available. This defence is not going to cover 6 teams. How you tackle that issue, I'm not too sure, because you've got Muhim for sale, you've got a lot of the Asian guys for sale. I don't know if this is a total remodel you're about to undertake, or if it's part of being a trader account. But the defence is not good enough for 6 lineups. In mid, you definitely don't have that. Like, yeah, you've got double Ache, Green, Lucas Fernandez, Enzo Leopold, double Lucas Fernandez, Taffiner, Yunbit Garam, Korean De Bruyne, and then you've still got a wee bit of, you know, fodder in and behind. So I don't feel quite the same about mid. I think the top shelf is good enough. Tim Lamperla, we're leaving. We're missing out on. Sorry, he's moving. Karaman was one of those top guys on the filter we just did. Hanslick, Regatta, Darwin Quintero. Again, forwards is maybe just about passable. I think the contender one is the furthest away, despite the goalkeepers being like you've got a really good count on goalkeepers here. This needs like tier 1 guys to come into defence. A few tier 1 defenders. And probably a star striker would probably just push this over the top, or another 2 tier 1s. But you've got the goalkeepers for that crossover period, because you'll win cards, you'll win boxes, you'll win essence, you'll win cash. When all these things are playing together, you want to do as much of that as you can anyway, before these in-season European cards go away for the summer and you're only left with the non-European stuff. So while they're all playing, you want to get every box, get every shred of essence, win every card you possibly can with contender. I think that's got a wee bit of climbing to do. Whereas with this, the challenger batch, like the goalkeepers, again, you've got that full allotment. You have a better quality of defence for the first bunch of teams. Maybe there's a question mark over like how far the depth really goes. in the mid, like I mentioned before, like there's just like these are tier 1s at best, aren't they? Rusnak is maybe a tier 2 these days. And it's not that the tiers like is the be all and end all, but just to speak a language that we all kind of understand in terms of the caliber, the quality, the scoring potential of the player. That's kind of just how I'm kind of talking about it these days. Like there's plenty of good guys here, plenty of good scoring guys. There's a Timmy Tillman, but I just think it's missing a star in defence and midfield. Up front, I feel that less, and so I think like the thing that you could get winning more or winning better or whatever the term is you want to think about is this challenger one, and it is like Buscaglia Classic and a captainable mid. I usually play in season and use the rest of goalkeepers to play classic or specials. Nice. Those regions have just been mostly through enjoyment, trying to work through the focus strategy. Love that. The returns have been decent in challenger, honestly. Nice. I like that. If you've been doing well, then fair enough. I just think especially in challenger, when MLS comes back, that will change. The competitive strength of this region will be at its peak. I've not focused much attention on challenger and contender. Yeah. I can see how robust champ is, like, and that will be, I'm sure, your most successful strategy at this point. Also, a lot of resources have been put into it. I get that. It's not a criticism, by the way, or anything. It's never a criticism on this. It's just more observation, thoughts, and feedback. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this. I think like failing you going and getting like in-season MLS guys when they come out, in midfield and defence in particular, like that's what I would say this needs. And you can still do your style of play there where you're doing all your in-seasons, Andreas, and then you go into your specials before going into Classic. I would still do that. But I think like for the ones where you've got a lot of cards, a lot of good cards anyway, like 104 in Challenger, and it's good caliber. It's just missing maybe that top end push part for me. And in Contender, again, you want to get as much out of these guys as you can. It's a bit thinner, it's a bit leaner, but that's no problem. But when you have all those goalkeepers come on, you will be saying, I need more, like I can sense it. When this goes into being a 60, and again, you might use the J-League guys and cap modes and specials. I get that, of course. But really defence. Midfield is kind of fine, I think, for the teams you've got. Maybe a bit thin for team 5 and 6, but at that point, who will care, really? And up front, I think you've just about got enough forwards, but I would like another goal scorer, just for a bit of security. But I think that's a wee bit harder to bridge out than in that region overall. I think Challenger is the head ground that can be made up the easiest. Makes sense. No problem, man. I'm sure we're on the same page, but I like to be clear. I hope you don't take it as criticism just when I see that. I want to make sure I and myself am communicating as clearly as possible. Because I know there's sometimes a language barrier. I'm Scottish. When I speak fast, I know it makes it harder. I'm sorry. I do my best to not get too excited. But yeah, that's where I would be at with those guys. In General, Luan. Captainable mid. Just get a Buscaglia limit classic and just be done with it. Just play the game with everyone else. There's always room for the differentials, of course there is, but he is par. He's captain for so many people as well. It's not just a defender spot, it's the captain pick. So as I look at this now, this band of misfits, Contender. No, we don't want to do Contender, do we? We want to just do J, Mehi, Argentina, China. There we go. So we've got a defender. We've got 2 goalkeepers. Hopefully at least one of them plays. We've got 1 midfielder. Maybe 2, by the way. Saka's back in the J-League. So this could be really fun with Giakoumakis up front. I could actually have one really fun team here. Which one's not enough, but I'm not going to be pursuing classics anymore for these guys. For this region, I've got Celtic guys that'll be... Anyway, blah, blah, blah. That's fun. We've got a wee set up now thanks to that wee Sriracha coming in. And what do we have sitting there left? 35. I was after a goalkeeper, wasn't I? So I did kind of skip ahead, didn't I, to try and, yeah, like Barkas into specials with Giacomakis and Ache. No idea how they'll score or if they'll start, obviously. Yeah, Dimitrievski we need to watch out for. I think I sent him on an offer, so that was probably Killison. I don't think the Prem's on this game week anyway, so I don't think the missing of Forster, etc. has really played a part here. I've still got 3 keepers here. And I've been relegated and stuff. Plenty of defence. Amiri in town now. Maybe just about enough in mid. And up front. Up front's been so light for me this season. Yeah, I can probably just about clip out the 3 more contender teams. I've got a fair amount of keepers, don't I? I'm just worried about losing the... I think Anthony Lopez is a good get. I can't really get that out of my head. That's something I should pick up. But I've also got this feeling that there's something else I'm missing out on that I should be getting. Mandanda's not... No, Bryce Samba is just signed for Rennes. So Mandanda I'm hoping moves on because him and the manager, Sampaoli, they fell out at Marseille. And that's why Mandanda is at Rennes. So I'm hoping he moves quickly and swiftly. Yeah, 3s. I wouldn't mind a 3s, but... yeah, I think I may send an offer for that Anthony Lopez, but I'm going to do it before considering a little bit more, because I've just got this funny feeling that there was something else I thought, oh yeah, just buy that. It may have been Anthony Lopez and I'm just kind of getting everything a bit jumbled up in my mind at the moment. But yeah, I'm going to sit and chill with these for a minute. Ah, right, okay, wild. Yeah, it is wild. It's absolutely done me over a belter. I'll tell you that for nothing. Yeah, was there somebody else? Like, am I really missing? I'm sorry guys to do this, it's not the type of stream, but just the last thing we'll do before I love yous and leave yous is I'm just going to flesh out these final teams quickly. Because I do just want to see, like, do I need that Foster replacement? Right, is this in-season champ? Let's look at the D3 one. And we've got Larseneur, Gaia, Martin, Faye. I don't know how many of these guys are going to play. So James Allen, see on the final match day of the Champions League, one of the times they're doing it, all games kick off at the same time. So it's like a weird deadline. It's like 7 at night or something. I don't know if they're doing that for the next Champions League match day and it's not just exclusively the final one. Yeah, Gaia's on a 50-50. Dimitrievski's still in. Baranachea under Guerra. And Faye. Not in yet. Gross suspended, Guerra. And then Ori Oscarson's probably on the bench now. Not factored into the equation of the game right enough. So probably need to go classic forward. Right, so the next team I'm going to build over there, I'll play the Cherokee, I think, wouldn't I? Openda, and Oyer Isabel. Who are the keepers? Rulli and Vasilj. Rulli's going to get a good keeper. Vasilj, I can maybe put a Bundesliga outfit together. So in that case, let's put Oyarzabal into this. And then final in season. Yes, this is kind of a naff team, isn't it? Low division, not impossible, it could do okay. But the 5th man is a problem, so I'm not going to like force myself to build that. So let's say really best defender is probably Starfelt. Yeah, so I think Starfelt's the defender for this team. Midfield, Amiri, questionable. Mines. Yeah, questionable indeed. I'm not going to get to use my Amiri today. But we do have Sol. What did Bayern project at the moment? Tight between Pavlovic and Goretzka. Was Limer there? Yes, he was. Maybe just slam Limer into this. Midfield, away to Gladbach. Yeah, that could be a really good game for him. And then up front, I would go Cherky. And then 5th man. Danny P, just going to be a bit safe, isn't he? Maybe swing for the fences with Abrez Mendes. Captain Cherky. Nah, I've not found a French one yet, Charlie. Not tried too hard, if I can be honest, but a French one right now would be handy, so we can just kind of look at the newspaper and see what they're thinking is going to happen. And then Vasilj. I could just play the other Starfelt. What was Dortmund doing? Leverkusen, just for quick context. Okay. So yeah, this team maybe just could put into Bundesliga. So let's dingy that. Let's do Bundes Rare. I'm in Classic, haven't I? Yeah. D1, no. Let's go for D3. I'm not sure the team will be that good. Vasilj. Frimmers for the spikes. And then it's like Goretzka on the chance he plays, or Haidara. It's Haidara. I like Haidara. If he's nailed, we'll go with that. No, non-nailed. So I think we just go on the punt of Goretzka. We've got Openda. And then, yeah, do we just round off with Ta or Tapsoba? I think we do. Both want to play. Taz in the shop window for Barca, so he'll be doing that. Yeah, I'll just do this. I don't mind that at all. Bundesliga 3. I don't know if I'm missing many players as well. That's something I'm kind of not really got factored into my whole balancing act I'm trying to do here. So we've got Larsenur left, don't we? Yeah, last champ team. Larsenur. Other Starfelt. Sol. Kang. Yeah, Sol and Kang double mid could work. We'll go Sol. Oyarzabal. Yeah. And take Kang for the captain. I need Frimpong to have a stinker. Need his L15 for the Neon comp. Love that. So yeah, do I need another? So I've got Vasilj. I've got these guys. Yeah, this is all looking quite handy, isn't it, actually? Angelino, we could have maybe used down here, actually, couldn't we have? But Starfelts are fine, let's not worry about it. So if I had another champ keeper at the moment, where would I be playing it? I'd probably be trying to ram it into quite a crappy... So we kind of see the outfield there, right? So we know, like, if we got a keeper, we'd play like Starfelt and stuff with it, right? But let's say Lassanur in season, who was it? Shouts again. McAlify, Guerra over Baranachea. $60-40, that's a bit dodgy. I know they're playing in the cup tonight, so that's just something I want to peep at myself. Valencia. Half time. 2-0. Canos from Diego Lopez and Diego Lopez from Canos. Unsportsmanlike conduct from Diego Lopez in celebrating the goal. Must have been giving it to someone in the face, eh? Guerra in the 10. Baranachea doesn't play this game. I think that suits him better, actually. We know the forwards aren't any use yet. Asan Diao will be useful. And then, is Gaia playing? Jesus Vasquez, who I've seen play. Is Gaia on the bench? Or something? No, but we're probably going to get Sadiq debut tonight, aren't we? So can't really trust the Gaia. I don't think overly well. I know like these guys will both play, Guerrera and Baranachea, I suppose. Ori Oskarsson could come off the bench. Not a great final team, is it? But that's fine. If we had Gross, if we had Diao, that team would be a wee bit more workable. And then we'd be after the Lopez to just essentially be Van der Voort for all intents and purposes. We can play Starfelt. We've got Sol. Crap options for forward, but now that we've used Oyarzabal in that other team. So yeah, maybe we... Yeah, if we did do this, we would need Oyarzabal for the classic team. And Julia, the other guys are fine, aren't they? Becker and Baranachea, they're just both not on to start. If he's got a potential injury, I think we would go Baranachea for safety. And then Kang in. Yeah, so that could work okay, couldn't it, I think? And then, like, yeah, is the Prem on? I don't think the Prem is on this game week, is it? Yeah, so there's no Prem here. Anyway, I've got Prem players. Yeah, I think I'm going to try it. Sadiq season. Don't even start, by the way. Don't even start. Sadiq will not be entering the gallery unless he becomes Cecilia levels. Let's see, can we get him in for the budget we've got? He's listed at 40. Trade option. Only accepting money. That's no problem as long as you accept that amount. We can be pals. Yeah, Pacheco's good to use this game week as well. Don't know if I'll actually be able to squeeze him in. Looking at it, I could play Classic. I could probably get another La Liga team out, I guess, couldn't I? Oh, is there a La Liga keeper thingy? I would rather... No, Ramiro, I'm not getting that. You kind of need guys at these prices to be the guys that open the door for you. Oh, Martin Terry for £9, by the way. I'm going to cancel that offer just now. I don't need to quite sleep on it, but I definitely do need to think on. There was a few things I was weighing up. Was it maybe just getting another Scottish keeper in? Yeah, and our Scottish keeper is probably what I should be doing, isn't it? Fucking another one. Can't believe Trevor Carson's got an L5. Can't believe it. Yeah, Mitov would be fun. Pavel's not going to budge too far. And I'm asking for kind of half the price, I suppose, haven't I? Okay. Ooh. Classic Mitov? Not spending money on Craig Gordon's. Xander Clark makes a lot of sense, but really I'm not in the mood for that. Ooh. I like the Ledesma thing, but moving to Leeds doesn't help me. Where's the exit? But thanks, that's a great nudge. That could have been it. Great suggestion, but no, I don't care if he moves to Leeds. For him, I think it's a great move. For Leeds fans, it'll be a great move. If you've got his card, you'll be buzzing. But it doesn't really help me. Wrong region, sadly. Oh yeah, we had that Padilla guy, didn't we? That's a guy in Mexico. We spent a $5 on Sorare. Is that maybe undone us here? Maybe. Nold, your first question was only like half typed. Quick question: would you sell in-season limited Bruno Fernandes, or would? And it says nothing. What would you do? If you're thinking about selling it, you should sell it because the price is only going to go down. You can always get a classic in the off season if you want a classic for next year. In-season Herrera. James Allen, you've lost me. Sergio Herrera. I could get him as a classic. Is that what you mean? I'm kind of half tempted on this wee guy. But I'm probably not going to get him for my budget now. Yeah. No problem. Note. So yeah, I'm going to chew over. I'm going to think it over. See what reinforcements we need to bring in. Who it is I'm thinking we need. Alfonso Herrera. Oh, Herrero. Classic goalkeeper. No win seasons. Very nice. I think he's maybe out. What am I looking at here, man? What is this? Jesus Christ. Jesus. I'm not getting him for the budget, but wow. Fucking right, he competes with Casper for score. Oh, Casper! Have I got enough of a discount? That's a bidder. Bid. Oh, no instant buy. Instant buy 60. Ooh. 43 bid. Yeah. Probably a wee bit. Jesus, man. Some spike on him now at limited. I think it was Casper. Right, I definitely need to really ferment with this. Could I maybe try and squeeze the Padilla in? Or this guy? What about Moldovan? Yeah, still a little bit out of budge. And he's not even been scoring that well. Charlie Dunbar, that's the type of goalkeeper you buy, and then he drops an L5 of 35. Mate, I don't know about that. 63 without a clean sheet here. These scores are so high with the Quinny. Like, oh, I can't even look at that. It's like looking at the sun. That's what it was like for me. Guys, I've had an absolute blast tonight. Thanks to everyone that's joined us tonight. Thanks to the new members we got. And thanks to all the members that got involved in both shows tonight and last night. We'll be back Thursday to do lineup building. I don't think I'm planning on being live on the channel tomorrow, but there will be a video out tomorrow. And we've got a Celtic game tomorrow and some other bits and bobs. So yeah, it'll be all actions, all battle stations for this game week. Probably the only thing we didn't look at tonight, which I'll just kind of leave you with. I posted it on Twitter. But we've got 4 teams out this midweek, which is sitting nicely on screen here, don't they? 2 limited Schmeichels, 1 rare Schmeichel, and then that Oxborough that we crafted, I want to say, or did we win them? I forget. But 4 Celtic teams, well covered squads. Wish me luck. We want double podium. Could be both the rares, both the limiteds, 1 rare, 1 limited. I don't care. We want double podium. St Johnstone have signed a goalkeeper on loan. This is not a drill. St Johnstone have signed another goalkeeper. Hucker 520, love to hear that, my man. I'm going to love yous and leave yous, guys. So that's definitely the end of the show for tonight. Be sure to catch all the content here by hitting the subscribe button, turning notifications on, going into the schedule, seeing the streams you'll be able to make, and hitting that wee reminder bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Thanks to yous all again for the support. It really means everything. I can't do this without yous. Enjoy your game week, midweek. Hopefully rewards were good to you tonight if you watched this after we were live. Andy Fisher is the new keeper for St Johnstone. Jesus. It's a massacre out there. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll catch you on the next one. Satara.